All right, we are back with more Game Over Cancer 2025, and this is our final run of Friday night. I don't remember what day it is, though, number-wise. But we have Phantasy Star 4 with Commodore Canada64, and whenever you are ready, you can take it away.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this. This is going to be a heck of a run, I think. First things first, I want to start off by saying that this seed, the intros are randomized. This one is actually a tribute to Ryuko Kodama, who actually directed Phantasy Star 4. She unfortunately passed away back in 2022, so this one goes out to her. Profe, how you feeling tonight?
Feeling good. I'm looking forward to seeing you run another fantastic randomized seed here, and looking forward to also raising some money for cancer research and to fight cancer. And so I just want to thank the Game Over Cancer folks up there. I'm coming to you stateside, so I'm glad to see a partner organization just north of the border is doing some good work as well.
Absolutely. So we've got 8 objectives we have to clear through during the seed. They're going to be popping up shortly. We have Kuran, which is one of the artificial satellites. Plate system, we're going to need the plate key item for it. Zealand is an early check. Rapid Cave, everybody's favorite burb. The Fissure, Small Boss, Nervous, which means we have to find the wand. Air Castle, Guard, and the Climate Boss. We've got a few key items to grab. And without further ado, time will start as soon as you hear the music for the game. As soon as I hit start, that's when we'll start the clock. We're ready. I'll give you a quick countdown. Perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck on your run.
Okay, so Grizz with Warcry. Rune with Legend to start. That's a great AoE. Barrier off the... Okay, so we'll do some reorganizing.
Got a really good team going to start off. I like this team. Very balanced.
Decent. Okay, perfect. So first order of business, what I want to find is my teleport and my escape items. They're called Escape Pipe and Telepipe. Found a guard rod. That's a good find, because that's what's going to be able to get me through this quickly. And then second order of business is we're going to be looking for some levels. Okay, so nothing here, but that's a perfume shop. Perfumes are the revives in this game. First,
now you're making your way over to make some space travel.
Yes, very soon. We got to take down the hangar first, which is first free check of the game. It's 2 treasure chests and the key item check, which is right at the end, which will pop us right back out by the space station. Then space travel.
Tell us a little about the key item check, Commodore. What's the deal with these points of interest and the key item in each of those?
Key items in this, or key item checks in this game, are certain points where there will always be a chance to get a really important item that will unlock any of the locked areas that I can continue the seed. They're always kind of in the same spot, but you don't always get one. Sometimes you get junk, just like I did with the hangar. Now, first objective off the board is Zealand. My second free check, which is also one of the objectives. All you have to do is talk to the NPC at the end. Silver mail, nice. So it looks like this might be a high-end armor and weapon seed, maybe. It seems to group. You either get a lot of garbage or you get a lot of good stuff kind of all in a row. Sapphire, that's going to open up Valley Maze and Tano. And then we're going to head off to Raycross for our third free check, which I like to call the Space Loop. Perfect. And then we're also going to be doing some leveling here as well. Vehicle battles are a thing. And we start off with a vehicle called the hydrofoil, which actually can travel over water, and it travels very quickly. You also get a really good starting amount of XP. We could usually hit level 11 or 12, which is a really good kicking off point. Okay, which means I just have to... The Rappy Cap item actually prevents battles from happening. That's why I'm kind of, you know, equipping and unequipping it. Perfect. Excellent. This is exactly what I was looking for in a first fight. I want to see Highness and Ryuka, but I have not seen them yet.
Highness and Ryuka are, just so that everyone is aware of their capabilities.
Highness lets you escape a dungeon quickly. Oh, this is... RNG is on my side. And Ryuka teleports between towns. And I have not seen either of them, unfortunately. But just to double check. I don't want that. There we go. Yeah, you didn't have it either. Oh, okay, so we have Highness. I just don't have Reika, which is fine. That's actually the more important one, the one that gets used more often. It lets me escape dungeons super quick. Okay, now on to the main section. Motavia has the most checks. It's the starting planet in the game. And we're going to get a couple of the free ones out of the way first.
So Commodore, for those who are thinking of, you know, possibly running this game, maybe they played it in their childhood and they want to run a randomized seed, what are some tips you'd give for beginning runners?
There is an easy mode in the randomizer. Start with that. It gears up your characters and it enhances the amount of experience you get, so you don't have to really worry about all the nuances like finding the gear you need, and then just work on routing. I know you can't really see them because they're not highlighted, but like I said, there is 8 objectives to go through. Some are free, some are locked behind items you need to find, and some are very high level. And then it's just a matter of routing them in without checking too many extra. That wastes time. Laco Rod, perfect. Yeah, getting a lot of gear luck here as well. We're just praying for good boss luck. Okay, so we're going to go to the shopping mall. We're going to check Aedo. There's 3 tool shops, 3 armor shops that I want to check out. See if I can find those telepipes. And I want to see if I can find a really good armor shop that I might have to come back to later. Oh, there they are. So I usually like to pick up like 10 or 12 of these. They'll last me probably most of the seed. So will let me teleport between towns. Grab one more. Okay, that should be everything. Titanium is trash. Laco. Okay, there's my gear shop. Perfect. Laco is endgame gear, so if I don't find any good armor in my travels before I fight any major boss, I'll probably be making a trip back here to equip any remaining characters with some defensive capabilities. So now it's just a matter of slowly working through all the free checks. Okay. Next up will be wreckage. For the record, that hydrofoil is insanely hard to drive. It took a lot of practice
going at
to be able
speeds
to.
that fast.
Yeah. It's a lot harder than it looks. When you've played
for those of
literally
you wondering,
hundreds of seeds.
I was going to say, for those of you wondering, speaking of hundreds of seeds, how quickly Commodore can read the messages on screen. I've asked him once, I said, my goodness, how? And it's just a lot of practice and a lot of recognition of names of items and techniques.
Yeah, because I can, I know exactly what I've picked up. Another fun fact is in a lot of these more technical, like mechanical areas, there's those doors. This game does not handle movement and inputs at the same time. It just doesn't. Was it? Yeah. Okay, Rue's got it. So you can actually time your input before you get to the door, and it will just prop open the second you get there. Saves you fractions of a second, but over the course of a run. Yeah, there we go. That was less than stellar. Okay, who's here? That's not a good fight. That's gonna be a tough one.
That would have been that's a rough fight at the levels you're at, yeah.
Especially in that location. So the way bosses work is each location has specific set stats, and whatever boss that is in that happens to be in that location takes on those stats. So if it's a very high, there's two main stats to worry about: is strength and mental. If you have a very high strength boss in a very high strength location, you're going to have a bad time. Walks between genius and alarming, right? Okay.
And Luxurious Gravy, thank you for the donation. I just saw that pop up on the stream, so thank you so much for supporting Game Over Cancer. Thank you again.
Good night. Someone else just got highness. Another Amber Eye. So the Amber Eye, the item that I just picked up, is an item that was added to the game that allows you to trade in for specific guard gear, which is like end game gear at certain locations. Also, what I'm going to do here is make a macro.
So explain to folks what the deal with macros is and why one would be interested in investing in macros.
Macros are, as soon as I get some of this going, macros are preset, predetermined. Like you can set the exact turn order for your characters. Yeah, that one. So everything is done exactly how you want it to be done. Sometimes you can set up combinations like that. In this case, I do it just so I can have a really quick insta-kill. I'm going to see if I can maybe get some lucky RNG here. It's fine. That's fine. Also fine. One. Okay. It's fine too. I want to say I'm out of explodes now. No, I got one more. Perfect. I said RNG is on my side tonight. So that's what macros
light
do.
has smiled upon you.
Yes. Oh, the Alcidian.
Speaking
Excellent.
of which, for those who are watching this randomized, let's back up a little bit. Do you want to give a quick summary on what this game's all about, Commodore? In its vanilla form?
Ooh, vanilla. So it's the fourth and final entry in the classic Phantasy Star series. The game is basically about a solar system that is constantly under basically attacked by dark force, which is later revealed to be sections or emanations of the profound darkness, which is basically going to be the end boss of today's run. And every 1,000 years, a group of heroes rise up. Phantasy Star with the PH. Rise up and quell evil. It is a phenomenal storyline with an even better... Ooh, Guard Claw? Yes, please. With an even better soundtrack. It is fantastic. In its rando form, it is basically an open world... like I said, with 8 objectives to carry out. When all 8 are done, the edge opens up. You fight the end boss. But it's a lot more complicated than that, with having to worry about levels and gear and... Ooh, I'll go right. Take that. Okay, so that seals... Oh. That seals Fort. We also did Hayata. Okay, so the next on our list is going to be the Monson Fissure. It's the next objective and next place I'm going to be going, the next boss I'm going to fight. Take a stop off in Monson. Wisdom Mirror, that's item number 1 for Air Castle Guard. I just need the Arrow Prism now. I'm also going to take a quick stop off here. The graves in 2 towns, this town Krupp and Mies on Desolus, actually have a chance of either being a hint tile. Juza is in Climate Center. Okay, perfect. Or a funny little saying. But sometimes it relays some really nice information, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, this is the Monson Fissure, which will be the second of 8 objectives down. And we'll have 6 to go. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Explode is such a fantastic... And there's the Elschlein. I don't have Biolab on my... Only fair. I like it.
Now, obviously, Commodore, we're not seeing the full cast of characters you would see in a vanilla run-through of this game. Do you have one character in particular that you love and one character that you particularly do not love if you're playing this in random or vanilla sense?
You're setting me up on this one, aren't you? You're setting me up to say it.
Of course I am.
Of course.
I know what you're gonna say. I just want to hear it out loud.
Demi is the most useless character in this game, in the series. Rune's the best. Rune's my boy. So we'll get you some armor, which means I need Seth and Raja. So let's go to Kaderi and grab a guard robe. Then I'll just have to worry about Seth. Let's see. Monson Fissure is done. Guard robe.
Now, absolutely no spoilers on Seth. He is a very stand-up, normal, not evil type, hiding in human clothing type of guy.
Correct. Yeah. Nothing strange about him whatsoever. He's got a mustache. Everybody with a mustache is friendly, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, totally. Above board. Okay.
So Ladea Tower is not on my objective list. I'm specifically coming here just to gain some XP. Because Rappy Cave will be next. Rappy Cave and Kuran, I think, are going to be my next targets.
So, Commodore, chat a little bit about the cast of characters you got in your party right here. You're starting with Grizz. What's his backstory?
Motavian, his village burnt down when the evil Zeo attacked. You meet him very, very, very early in the game. Then we have Rika, who is an engineered, they're called Newmans, an engineered person, specifically engineered for combat. You find her in the biolab. Then we have Seth, who's just a normal archaeologist on a mission.
Very normal.
Nothing,
Very normal.
oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, oh
Not
boy,
exactly what I wanted to see. I have the
Now, for
band.
those of you who played this series, Lashik is
Yes.
a retell of Lassic coming back from the first game in the series. Pretty undead.
Pretty undead. He's fairly undead. Like if there's
fairly
a scale
undead.
of 1 to undead, he's at like a 10.
He's all the way at the undeadest.
Yes. He is
You
the
can tell by the
undeadest.
tattered robes. See the tattered robes? They mean undead. And the red eyes.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Although this is a high strength. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Okay, who's my healer? Please say somebody. Oh, you are. Rune's still snoozing.
Pretty on brand for Raja.
Yeah. It's okay. I can survive another gate as long as he stays away from... Oh, good. Rune's awake. Thanks. Nice of you to join us, actually. Explode. Let's go Legion. So, Lashik's also the only... Oh, no. Bye, Seth. The only enemy that actually has a tell when he's about to die. He does a thing called Reinforce. Yeah, Seth's not going to get any experience on this. There it is. Means he's at 20% HP left. So one more round, he's dead. Probably another 2 hits, 3 hits, tops. Oh boy. And he's gone. Ooh, melee dagger. That's Seth's strongest weapon. Which also means I should do a... I didn't do it before.
And then we're gonna have to go back to our characters. We still have Runin and Raja left for some backstory.
You have Saner. Who has the band? Please tell me that it's not Rune for both. It is. I love that. I love that he's got both. That's fine. Okay. Let's do a... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to waste a telepipe. I'm just going to go and do heal here. And then I'm going to attempt Rappy Cave. So right now I'm looking for Plate Key, Psycho Wand, Ice Cream Truck, and the Arrow Prism. Now, a very high strength spot here, so I'm looking for a very high mental stat boss to make my life easier.
So coming back to our cast here, we have Raja, who is from Dezolis, which is where we started.
Yes.
He's someone I tend to
Perfect.
favor in my final party. I don't know if you are the same, but I tend to favor him for final endgame.
Yes. He's in the game, he's like your supreme healer. Like there is just no better. Okay, this is probably not going to be that bad, right? Exactly. So just as I was trying to get, we have a very high mental boss here, which worked out very, very well. Because this is basically a very high strength, very low mental spot. So that's why the Legion did almost nothing to me. So get my buffs up. In fact, I can probably get away with healing every second You don't have any other... Saint Fire's not going to do anything. Blessing, Explode, Legend. You've got Legend. Heal every second round, and yeah. So the problem with the Guardians is they have no weaknesses, but they have a lot of strengths. So it's very, very hard to hit them, which is the downside. But this should be a piece of cake. This should be over soon. And then I'll head to Kiran. Hopefully I can find some... What? Hopefully I can find some armor for Seth before I go. Go. So the what I was talking about earlier with the directions and the inputs not working well together, same can kind of happen to you. I just saw Magid there while you're going through the menus. So the problem with that is you can accidentally go one too far and end up, maybe hitting the wrong macro and completely wrecking your chances at winning. See, just menuing has to be fast, but not too fast. I'm gonna go to Aedo. I want to just check to see if I can find something for Seth before I head to Karam. It's a long walk, and I just don't want to risk a really bad boss being there and then having to have him dead again. Nothing there. What an axe for Grizz. Nope. Sorry, Grizz. You don't get a weapon. It'll just be a giant meat shield.
Fight with your bare hands like your ancestors.
Right?
He
Exactly.
does look like a bear.
I really...
To be fair.
Oh no. Perfect. Size suit. I will take that. Thank you. I'm gonna also take care of the inventory boss while I'm here. There's limited room, so you get too much, and then you constantly, every time you open a chest or finish a boss, it's like inventory full. Inventory full. That's something Lady Chatterley knows very well in Stardew Valley. Inventory full. I'm loving the PH jokes that are all over the place in chat right now.
Love a good linguistics line of joking.
Correct.
Commodore, who is the creator of this here randomized goodness? Because obviously it comes with a lot of hard work and a lot of coding.
That would be the one and only Lady Ariana. She started this 7 years ago. Yeah, 7. This randomizer's been around in all its glory. It has changed so much since I first started playing it. Obviously for the better. There's so many game modes you can choose from now. From actually, that's a good topic. What I'm playing right now is Voyage mode, which the objectives are only locations. There's Boss Hunt, which the locations are you have to find the bosses. So you don't know where you kind of have to go. You just have to hunt for the bosses in any location. So you don't know what key items you need. There's a Wonder mode, where you don't get to know any objectives at all. They just kind of start appearing as you go. There is Ring Hunt, where you have to find the 5 rings of the stars. We found Raycross and Palma and Algo so far. There is Forgotten Tower, which basically turns this game into a roguelite, which is a super cool mode. There's also randomized entrances.
Ooh, that's a newer function. I didn't know that existed.
Randomized entrances, and then you can also have non-incentive checks, so the key items can be in any chest in the entire game. It makes for a very long and trying seed, but it's a lot of fun. So what I'm showcasing now is a very kind of straight to the point. Yeah, so here's the difference. If I don't pre-buffer the door, see that big delay where he had to stop and walk in? Where before I would just kind of just waltz right through. And who do we have here? Is this even randomized?
I mean,
Who programmed this?
It's definitely not the brother or the absolute incarnation of Seth at all, because he's normal.
No,
He's
definitely
got a
not.
headband. Headband means good.
Headband and mustache.
Crocodile, thank you for the donation, by the way. I saw a shout out in the chat. Thank you again for supporting Game Over
another
Cancer.
one. Slash. Oh, you got Death Spell now. Excellent. You can heal and you can go back to... You know what? I probably don't need speed up right now, like Saner, to increase my speed. I have such a high level compared to this boss. I should be okay. Yeah, that'll take care of that. Perfect. Now it's just an all-out war. Which I should have... Yep, Fire, Ataraxia. I should make quick work of this. Now all my objectives that I have left need key items that I don't have. Ooh, ouch. Which means I'm probably going to go back to Matavi. Well, no, I think I'm going to head to Right Cross and do Anger. And take down the boss in Anger. And just for some extra XP. And then I'm going to head back to Motavi if I don't find anything. And clear off the just the locations. Perfect. Other boss down. So we should be
Now,
probably
surely
mid-20s.
you only fight Dark Force once in this entire game in the vanilla run, right? It can't be more than just the once.
Well, that one you don't fight. There are others. There's Dark Force 1, 2, and 3, and in this game, there's Dark Falls. Okay, so that was another Amber Eye. I'm gonna actually get Seth some better armor before I tackle. Get out of the way. Before I tackle Anger. Angie Tower. I've got 5 telepipes left. It'll be good. Okay. Yeah, I want to focus on bosses first and foremost, the boss locations, because if I can find my key items while also gaining experience, that's just going to save me time. Anger Tower is that optional dungeon that gives you Magid. You don't have to come here. It's kind of hidden, tucked away down in the bottom. This is where you'd normally fight, like, Alice. Alice, spoiler alert, dies. You fight her kind of likeness, which turns out to be one of the final guardians. This is fine. Good night. Psycho Wand. We're heading to Nervous.
I'd say that's a good item to pick up.
Yes. Actually, I should probably equip Rune with that Lacquer Rod while I'm here. My inputs are on point today. Doesn't always happen.
So Captain's
So
heading
nerv-
back to.
Hmm?
I was about to explain what you're probably about to explain. The whole idea of nervous
Yes, go ahead.
is that it is a control center built underneath Zio's fort that is blocked by an energy barrier that you need Cycle on to dismantle, as Commodore just did.
Yep, same location, 2 different sections.
With the best song in the game. Go on.
Oh, sorry. My co-host misspoke. Second best.
I mean, listen, you're going by the metric system, so I guess that tracks a little bit. You know, I'm just measuring using imperial system. That's fine. You know.
Gotcha. So, in other words, you're wrong. I'm just kidding.
I mean, what 5,280 feet in a mile doesn't make sense to you?
Perfect sense. I'm probably walking 5,280 feet in this seed.
At least it has a yellow line to guide you. That's very helpful. Thank you, the creators of this space. It's like Disney World has come to Motavia.
Yes. Now, all the music in this game is just amazing. There is not one bad track in this game. You only get a small sample size of all the music. From vanilla, a lot of it's removed in the rando. But yeah, there's a lot of just excellent stuff. This is usually Zio's home, his haunt, if you will. But today, it's going to be an Oko Fest. Dark Force 2, otherwise known as One Hit KO. We're about to see why. Although this is a very high mental location, and his breath is a physical move, so it might not hit as hard, but it's still pretty bad. It's fine. Okay. Oh. Okay, so Rune has Magid. That's pretty excellent. Okay, how bad is this gonna hurt? Okay, Light Shower's fine. As long as it keeps using Light Shower, I'm okay with this. That's fine. Let's start doling out some pain. $436. Beautiful. Strongest spell in the game.
Magid definitely has another entry into the series. I believe it's Phantasy Star 2 that it also appears in.
Yeah, I think it's Megiddo, though, in that game, but yes.
Yeah.
I planked and accidentally put Grizz on defense. That's what I mean about that input, like it eats your inputs if you go too fast. Where I tried to move it over 1 or 2 to get back to attack, it put them on defense instead. You can do that with macros too, and it just absolutely wrecks your day. Swift Helm. Okay, actually, that's perfect. So, Rika, Barrier, Rune. Let's put you on Deban. Grizz, Swift Helm. No, not Grizz. Seth, Swift Helm. Means Grizz, I can put you on Vision. And Raja. Corrosion is fine. So that was that. All right. Now I'm going to go for density. I'm going to go check the non-boss areas. And these 2 areas have 2 checks each. Here's my Alshlane. There it is. So we have Air Castle Guard, Climate Boss, and Plate System left. So only 3 objectives remaining. And I need about 9 more levels. In fact, I'm going to go 10 just for marathon safety. I mean, we all came here to see a victory. We didn't come here to see PD3 say no. I mean, she does what she wants. If PD wants to say no, there's nothing I can do about it. So that's the really fun, challenging part of this game, of this randomizer. The end boss, doesn't matter what gear you have, doesn't matter what level you are. She doesn't want you to win. You're not going to win. She's also known as the great equalizer in races. You could be so far ahead and then all of a sudden lose. It's happened. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Well, you see,
Somebody ask.
I was in a good lead, and then I died, and then my opponent beat me.
Tale as old as time.
Yep. Fantastic. We're going to play a fun game called Guess How Many Cancelings later on as well. I want some viewer participation in this when the time comes.
I mean, you know what my guess is going to be. Always the same.